Look, guys, it's more Dalek figures. This is what everyone wanted, right? Here we have two Daleks, a Renegade and a Supreme from the 1988 Doctor Who story Remembrance of the Daleks, which is an all-time classic. This is also known as History of the Daleks set number 15. I had to rely on the packaging for this because honestly, I've forgotten about the numbering of this particular range by now, and I just think it's a little bit all over the place in terms of the chronology. Here we have two Daleks, which are very welcome releases because I never managed to get the original versions of these Daleks. Shock horror, I know, fake fan alert. Here we have the amazing packaging, amazing style guide. I'm not going to go on too much about this. You know my thoughts about this. Great use of the diamond logo, great use of the TARDIS, and we have a purple background here this time, which I suppose represents the 7th Doctor, seeing as some of the others were yellow and they represented the 6th Doctor. And you just have your Daleks inside. Not the biggest fan of what's going on in here. Here's your elongated Doctor Who logo at the top. There's your sides. You know, there's nothing much more to it. And then here you've got you've got an info dump about Remembrance of the Daleks, as well as behind the scenes info on these Dalek props. These Daleks are just like any other when it comes to what they can do. Eye stalk moves up and down. Dome does a 360-degree turn. Weapons are on ball joints, so you can pose them any way you like, and they run on 3 wheels. Now, I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room, and that is the paint job on this Dalek. The paint job is fantastic. I think the finish with the grey and the black really works very well. However, the big criticism about this, and I'm pretty sure other people have pointed this out in their reviews of this, is the fact that it is a lighter shade of grey. Now, for those of you who've watched Remembrance of the Daleks, many people are adamant that the shade of grey for these Renegade Daleks is actually a lot darker than what we've got here. Previous versions of this figure used this darker paint job. It's a bit of a shame that we ended up with a lighter paint job here. It reminds me a lot more of a Dalek from Destiny of the Daleks as opposed to Remembrance of the Daleks. Alas, I still like this figure. I think it is a nice figure to have on the shelf despite some inaccuracies. I like the middle bit. It's all grey and you've got all your mesh in there. That looks the part. That looks like how the Renegade Daleks did in that story. We've got revisions to the dome lights, the actual eye stalk with the pupil part. The rings on the eye stalk look very peculiar. Why are they painted silver? I would have just left it white. Maybe that is how they did look in Remembrance of the Daleks. The main reason why I really wanted this set, though, is because of this guy. The Supreme Dalek from Remembrance is a figure I've wanted for the longest time. I missed out on the original version from 2010 due to many reasons. I'm not even going to go into them. I love the detailing on this guy and the paint job. It looks so shiny on camera. It looks even shinier in real life. I don't pick this up all that often because you can actually see my fingerprints on it. I love the black. I love the silver. Really makes this particular version of Dalek stand out. And I love the orange finish on the dome lights. Once again, just like the Renegade Dalek, you have this little bit here in the eye stalk which indents it, which apparently makes this a little bit more accurate. Don't know whether that's true or not. Another revision for both of these Daleks are the oval bits in the middle. They also revised for the Necros Daleks, and shameless plug, you can watch that review now. That's all I've got to say about these two Daleks, guys. It's a good set. I do like the Renegade Dalek despite minor misgivings. The main reason to get this set is for the Supreme Dalek.